Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's What the Bug. Awesome. Yes, so I am back. Yeah, well, we're gonna do more of Melissa Moore's book, but yeah. So some stuff was going on last night, and I know there's people that want to talk about it. So we'll definitely bring people up for open panel. Do that thing. Hope everybody's doing good today, though. Yeah. All right. Let's see. That looks cool to me. That looks good to me too. All right. Sweet. Yeah, man. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, while I wait for people to come in here, just say what's up. What's up, Betty? How's it going? What's up, Hannah? That's cool. That's cool. I put let me just double check that. I will make sure that there's a link if you want to come, anybody wants to come up. I'll put it in the chat too, but I'm also sending the StreamYard to you guys personally. There you go. Cool. Because I know that that's concern, not just of mine, but it should be a concern of everybody's. But you know how it goes. Everybody's worse than the next person. Oh, dude, I was sitting there like, oh, cool, I'll play this song for you. Nah, I can't do that. Hello. Dude, your last name reminded me of one of my friends. Wonder where he is. Dude, I have to make a Facebook. It's so disappointing. Don't even want to do it. Oh, right. Yeah. So anyway, we did the first chapter last night, and it was crazy is listening to it again. The first chapter of Gypsy's book. I was like, bro, what? It's crazy. I'm like, dude, I know I heard this before, but what? Now it's even crazier listening to it again. Like, what is really going on? And then there's also the question of, does anybody actually what's still the question is, what's popping with this child? And then, but seriously, the more important thing is talking about what was going on last night, conversations that were had, and conversations that have been going on. All right, let me stretch this out. Yeah. Damn, I wish I could play music over here. Fucking YouTube. It's like if I played it, it would just cut the segment out if it's like for copyright. So I actually cut out. I just allowed it to cut out the shit for the other one. So I was like, wait a minute. It keeps changing like what the issue with it was, and it finally made its decision as to what it wanted to decide. To be the problem with it. Yep. All right. It is regular time. All right. Hold on. I don't even have my phone hooked up to this anymore. Am I friends with you over there? I don't even think so. Hold on, I gotta find you. Wait, let me try. Let me see if I can just put it right here. Let me see. I forgot because you can actually. There you go. All right, I put it in the chat. I forgot that. I forgot. I'm in control. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Yes, so we're gonna continue with Melissa's book, but we're gonna go over what happened last night, conversations that were had. Also, if anybody that was watching last night, whether you want to come up or just be in the chat, it doesn't matter either way. But I would like to know if anybody knows specifically, maybe timestamp, so I don't have to like scroll through unknowingly. I mean, I will if I have to out of mind, but I guess I could look to see because I remember what was going on as far as people and shapes on the the panel. There we go. Did it work? Well, wait. I should be able to see right here if it worked. All right. Damn. I hate how I don't have that. Put that in there again. It is. Oh, I should probably change that too. Let me see if I can. Open panel. But same thing goes, mod. Same thing. Whether it's here or there, y'all know. And no, I didn't go live on TikTok again yet. I'm actually debating on if I'm gonna do that at all. Cause what's up? What's going on, Callie Mom? Yeah, cause I know this is what peeps want to hear about. There she is. Hello, Birdie.
Hi.
All right, cool. Let me get my headphones. Cause I haven't had a.
Where's Cassie?
I don't know. I never do. You're supposed to know today. It's your shift. My shift's at night. Although no, I wasn't babysitting nobody last night.
I text her.
All right, cool. All right, I gotta get this shit over here. Fucking Cassie. All right, there we go. Much better. All right, let me get this shit off. Watch the first 20 minutes. I don't remember. I don't know. I'll fucking look it up, motherfuckers. Dude, I hate how you can't play music over here. It drains my soul.
You'll be okay. Why are you over here?
Because you can't talk. Because I don't trust Melissa more, and we're doing the book over here, so it's just like keeps going. I can. Oh yeah, I can go on both. I just hadn't yet. So I was back here chilling. All right, let me go through his and let me see where it was. What is this? Oh. All right. So damn. All right, you guys were okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm just scrolling through the live. I was wondering if anybody hold on, let me pause this. I can't hear myself think. Um just wondering if anybody that was there last night has more of a idea of the timestamps. Cause I literally was like going back and forth with myself, and then I was like, all right, fine, you guys want to talk about it? Then cool, yeah, let's do that. But I actually do agree because what I was there for and what I was listening to, I was like, the fuck. So I just want to get everybody else's opinion. And also, yes, there we go. Hello.
Cassie!
Hello. I'm in the
Hello.
Starbucks, so it's loud in here.
Gosh. Give me
Sorry,
one
I had to
too.
get. Dude, their cups and tumblers are like 50% off, and I got a cup, but I don't drink out of straws, so I don't know what to do.
What the fuck? Why didn't you?
It was so
What?
cute.
I
It's so
told you to
cute.
buy the disposable straws that you just throw away after you use it.
It's so cute. I wish I could show you guys because I'm in here. There's one that's pink. It's fabulous. It looks sparkly, and one that looks like rhinestones.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Sorry, I'll mute.
No, you're good. You guys need to talk because I'm looking through this because I'm like, wait a minute. I remember they were talking about this, that, and then
Yeah, I'm
I
waiting
don't
for
know.
them to call my name.
All right, there
But
she
I
is.
bought
So
these
that's Richard.
pants and they're like swallowing me whole, and I really thought that they were cute. And I'm wearing my look like Adam Sandler because
Whoa, this shit is
but they're
fucked
fall.
up, dude. Your shit is breaking up so bad right now. Yeah, and you guys can't blame me because I have the best connection in the world over
Oh
here.
fuck! I need to buy another tumbler.
Okay, so
Thank
actually I
you.
did have a question. So where exactly, Bird, do you want me to go back to? Because now I'm like, okay, I'm getting to the parts where I was in there listening. When you were in the chat, Casey was up on the panel. I just don't know where you want me to start. Because now I'm like, oh, maybe I really was there for closer to the beginning, but it
Um,
was close. Yeah.
I don't really know because I kind of left. I guess my only concern is, nobody should be profiting off of the Petries. We can't say that Gypsy and her family shouldn't profit off of Dee Dee Petrie and then turn around and have all kinds of creators profiting off of them and call it justice. That's not justice. Nobody should be profiting off the Petries at all. And I feel like we're losing sight of the whole everything because, it's turned into like people want to know how they found out that Dee Dee died. And that's irrelevant. We need to know who she was, what she liked, the things she enjoyed. Who was she before she became a mom? Who was she to people that knew her and loved her? Um, the justice for Dee Dee is turning into just, in my opinion, it's turning into like a smear campaign against Gypsy. And I don't think that Dee Dee's name should be remembered that way. We can't
Yeah,
humanize her if we're using her to smear Gypsy.
exactly. Because then it just goes back to her being defined by what had happened to her instead of who she was.
Yes, yes, that's exactly right. We can't keep defining her by what happened to her. We need to know who she was. Who was she? What made her tick? What did she enjoy? What did she love about life? What was the small things? It's like the Richard Marx thing. Those are the kind of things we need to know. We need to put out information about her as a person, as a woman, as a human being who lived. She was more than just a victim.
Oh yeah, for sure. Casey, are you back for real?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I think that that's what I pretty much said last night in Morbid's thing when I was started to talk about it. But I love Dee Dee. She's so cool.
Dee Dee was a beautiful woman, and I feel like there's so much sustenance to her as a person. And I mean, the family does as they please. Nobody, not a single person, should be telling them what to do. But I think that the questions that people are asking them are just like disrespectful, if you ask me. I mean, what is the relevancy in asking somebody how they found out or who told them that Dee Dee was dead and then asking it in a very insensitive way? These people have been treated so badly for so many years behind slander, defamation, blasphemy, and people are just continuing it and spinning a positive narrative on top of the slander, and it's not okay.
No, it's not. Sorry. That energy drink is rough. Okay, so I think I'm right about where he was asking the questions. I know you're gonna get mad, but God, I just feel like we should let everybody else listen at least to a couple of the questions that were being asked, so that what you just said makes sense, so they can hear it themselves. I believe I'm there, and then there's also something else that was going on, guys. Towards the end, I definitely was not there.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, so we'll get to
I
that, but
was.
we know that's why you're here. I'm really struggling to find the part because I'm like, I remember. Wait, I just can't remember. What does that little emoji joint look like? All right, there it is. I want to hear him asking the questions. Did he open the panel up for everyone? I feel like my brain just does not remember. There we go. That's it right there. What's the fucking chances, Buggo? Oh my god, dude! I just fucking realized something. I'm fucking I'm fucking dumb. You guys, I'm so sorry. I just had you guys sitting here forever in the fuck. Dude, I'm so sorry, guys. Cause my bad. I'm thinking I'm over here. I was looking something up over here on my phone, and I was like, you know what? I can hear this, but can they actually hear it? No one's saying anything. Damn, I'm so sorry, guys. All right, let me fucking share the. Oh my god, you guys say something to me when you're like, "Hey, something's going on." There's an awkward silence that's like over the top. Fucking say something.
I thought you were just doing something over there.
Nope, sure damn wasn't. I was listening to fucking what we're all supposed to be listening to. I'm just like, this. Why is nobody saying anything? This is fucking weird. Damn. I figured it out. I was only listening to it for like 3 minutes by myself. It's fine. All right. Jesus. I literally had landed right on the right spot too, but I forgot to present it. It's a whole thing. Damn. What a doofus. That's all right. I figured it out. Whatever. As long as I figured it out. Damn, but yeah, if you guys ever like something happens like that, be like bug, 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 bug. That's way too much silence. I'm never that silent, so yeah, be like, yo, bro. Like that one time my internet completely went out, but my live stream stayed on, but I didn't edit it. I just made it stay on for 5 hours, like 3 hours is just silence. All right, for real this time.
The
Me and
trio, the Three
Titania,
Musketeers.
yeah, me and Titania still talk to this day. Brother messaged me.
Did you get wind of what happened to?
So I don't know.
And you talked about Christy. So Rod said something about.
And well, back then it was 10, 11, and 12. Now it's 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Did you ever move away from, or did you
Yes.
stick around where your high school's at?
No, I live in Mississippi now.
Okay. And have you lived there long?
Yeah. I actually moved here 2 years ago, and I lived in Cutoff and LaRose area since I was born.
What did you when did you hear the news about Dee Dee? And how did you hear the news?
Titania had called me and said, "Did you hear that Dee Dee died and Gypsy's missing?"
Titania,
And
who is a friend of you guys from high school,
yes,
the
me and
trio, the Three
Titania,
Musketeers,
yeah, me and Titania still talk to this day.
and she stayed around. She stuck around the town, that area.
Yeah, she lives in Thibodeau now,
Which is
so
it
she's
in
still,
Louisiana? Is that another?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
still in Lafourche Parish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she stuck around, and she's like she gives you a call or whatever and says, "Man, Dee Dee's dead." Our high school friend. I mean, how old were you when you heard the news?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember how old I was. I was married with
2000.
kids.
What was that? 2015, 16, 2015.
Okay, so this one drives me nuts. I don't know why that's funny, but this part drives me absolutely insane because I'm like, dude, math is not that hard. So it's like, all right, let's see, 2015, like next year's gonna be 2025. So if you think about it, it's like 10 years. You subtract one, so you just do the math for 10, and then you subtract one once you get the answer for 10. But
Well, it seemed like he was trying to make it seem like maybe she wasn't who she says she was.
yeah, I mean, I got that part, but it was like, all right, but why are we playing so dumb? Like, that's like, I don't know. The math thing drives me nuts because I'm like, bro,
It's
this is,
disrespectful.
yeah, playing real dumb. All right. Yes. Like, the other part should be coming up right now.
I was born in 1969, so
Well, let's say 10 years ago. How old were you?
45.
Okay. And okay, and then you hear the news, and then you hear that. So this was early news. This is like when Gypsy was missing. Didn't
Yeah,
even know that she killed her mom. She was just missing.
yeah.
Did you ever meet Gypsy, or did you ever get introduced, or was the friendship so gone
I
that you couldn't?
No, I did. I was in New Orleans at Tulane Hospital, and I was sitting down in the cafeteria while my husband was getting seeing a doctor upstairs, and I saw Dee Dee and Gypsy pass on the sidewalk outside of the cafeteria. So I went run around and I went talk to her, and Gypsy was in a wheelchair, and I was like, "Hey, Dee," because I didn't know how she was gonna take to me. Like I didn't know if she was gonna say stay the fuck away from me, or I didn't know what she was gonna do. And she started talking, and she said, "This is Gypsy, my daughter." And I said, "Well, what's wrong? Why she's in a wheelchair?" And she said, "Oh, she was in a motorcycle accident with my dad, and she has cerebral palsy and muscular dystrophy, and they don't think she'll ever walk again." And I'm like, "Oh, really? I'm so sorry to hear that. I'll keep her in my prayers." And how you doing? And she said she's doing fine, except but she's dealing with Gypsy's health problems. And that was it.
And so you're 55.
I'm 55 now.
Okay. And Dee Dee was a year older than you.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. I think Nina wants to come up. I believe. I'm not sure.
Damn it. Okay, so I had literally found the fucking part, but that's not it. It must have been before that.
Did you get wind of?
You guys gotta hear it. You guys have to hear it. And I just listened to it without you guys.
Okay, I was friends with Dee Dee. They were older.
You were friends with.
And well, back then it was 10, 11, and 12.
I
Now it's
swear
9,
she said it
10,
right after
11,
this.
and 12.
Did you ever move away from?
It's gotta be
Or
right
did you
here.
Yes.
stick around where your high school's at?
No, I live in Mississippi now.
Okay. And have you lived there long?
Yeah, I actually moved here 2 years ago, and I lived in Cutoff and LaRose area since I was born.
What did you when did you hear the news about Dee Dee? And how did you hear the news?
Titania had called me and said, "Did you hear that Dee Dee died and Gypsy's missing?"
Titania,
And
who is a friend of you guys from high school,
yes,
the
me and
trio, the Three
Titania,
Musketeers,
yeah, me and Titania still talk to this day.
and she's
No, I was just looking for that right there because I had listened to it by myself, and then when I went back, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, and I don't know. Anyway, that was it right there. I just wanted you guys to hear that. But then we heard the other stuff too, which is fine. But it's just I don't know. And then it was weird. It was like the one question. It was like the question that was like, I don't know. Really, it's like, well, how did you hear about it? All right, but then it kind of just like, all right, that was not. You probably shouldn't have asked that or like that. But then you move on to the next question. It's like, wait a minute. Like it was just straight up like, I don't know. I don't know. Even CNN lets their people talk for a second after that, after a question's asked. Oh, there you are. All right. Sorry, dude. I have my screen set up weird so that YouTube shows better on over here. Is there anything else? Oh, I'm gonna go to the other part, but is there anything else that you want to say, Bird or Casey, about this part?
No, I just like when he did that part, I just felt like he didn't really know who she was, so he was trying to like see if she was lying, like bait her kind of, which I don't think he should have because people were vouching for her, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just
Yeah,
weird.
Yeah, but
yeah. I
that's not
mean,
how you talk to somebody who's potentially, even if you don't know, potentially somebody who's still grieving and dealing with such a heinous way to lose someone they loved.
and it's the holiday season too, so it's already like hard enough when don't have those people there. So yeah. Now, where's the other stuff? The other part. When did that shit start? Because basically what's going on is, guys, I know most of you guys do listen to Morbid because that's cool. But I appreciate you guys that all come over from Morbid so that you guys discover me. That's awesome. I love you guys. But I do think that there was very generic questions asked, and it was just like cold. It was cold shouldery, and then I left. Just in a few minutes after this. Yes. But I know that there was a part that there was some stuff that was going back and forth. I have no clue where that is. And I don't even know what it would look like. So at least normally when I take a picture like in my mind of the screen, but all right, I see her on there. Okay. And then they're both on there. Okay. All right. Okay. That's strange. All right, let me see when this name pops up. That's probably where I need to start. Yeah. And that's the thing about grief is that it goes in and out. It could be one day after something happens, or it could be 100 years, and you're still gonna have that. There's just some days it's just like all of a sudden it's like whoa, like fuck, you're like bro, or it could be positive, or it could just be like fuck, it's weird. I know, guys. I'm not judging him for that. I'm not judging him for that. I'm just wondering what you guys think. I'm asking the questions I'm asking the way I'm asking them, with not with doubt. I'm asking them so that you guys will be part of the conversation. All right, so it looks to me that this person enters the chat around here. So let's see. Casey, if you hear a part or you know I need to go forward, please let me know. Or if anybody else does, because I have no clue.
So that is Fancy.
Yeah, it's me. What is your problem, Morbid? Because I spoke out one time about how I felt about
Why is
what
it so
happened with the
low?
vigil. You have constantly bashed me since. For what reason? Am I not allowed to have my opinion of what I felt, something that I did suggest in the
You
first
didn't
place?
prove
Yes, I
it
did.
that you
I
suggested
over on
it.
TikTok long before you started. Then I came over here to get your support because I knew that you could push it out like that. And that's all I ever
Oh,
wanted.
so you
I
used
never
me, is
said
what you're
you did
saying?
anything wrong. No, I didn't use you, Morbid. You use everyone, just like you use everyone for content,
Is
sir.
that true?
So you know what is your problem? But I don't even want to talk to you right now. Suze, I was literally just trying to tell you that the chat was saying that you were fake for a long time until you showed that
No,
video.
you're gonna talk to me before you talk to Suze. I'm sorry, Fancy.
Nope, I'm talking to Suze, Morbid. I
No,
don't
you're
got
talking
nothing
to
to say to
me
you.
right now.
Suze,
Number one, it wasn't
so
your
here's the
idea.
thing.
And if it was your
I
idea,
wanted
you
to
didn't
tell
follow
you
through.
this because of what they did from the
How come you
vigil.
didn't follow through
I've
with your
already talked to
idea?
you
What a
about this,
brilliant idea. How come you didn't follow
and
through?
I can't believe you're doing this after all the years
Oh,
that you're
yeah.
doing
You
this
can't
for.
believe I'm
I
doing
really don't.
what?
I'm not talking to you, Morbid. I'm talking to Suze, and she knows
No,
it.
she did. I mean, I'm saying you're
What
talking to
in
me
the
first
world?
before you talk to Suze.
I'm not
That's
going
how
to
it's going to
talk
work
to you.
tonight.
No, no, it's not.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
All
I'm
right.
here to
Well,
talk
you're going to talk
Suze.
to me before you talk to her.
No, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
You can
that's how
let
it's.
me.
Okay, hold on. Although I do find that funny. No, it's like, oh man. Jonesy, no, I know. I was actually laughing. Because I was like, he's got the fucking volume down low as shit, and I'm like, that's exactly what I would do too. I'd have that motherfucker as low as possible to start with. Like, damn. All right. Yeah, let's go.
It's
Down
going to
if
work,
you want.
Fancy.
That's fine.
All right.
You can drop me
We
down.
know
I'll
you're a
talk to Suze
flip flopper.
myself. I'm
You're
not
a
a flip
person
flopper.
that
I've never been a
accuses
flip flopper.
somebody
I've
of
told you
kidnapping
the
you.
whole
Let's
freaking
talk about
time,
that.
Morbid.
Let's talk
Nope,
about the
nope, we're not talking
kidnapping.
about that tonight, Morbid. We're talking about
How
your
are the
problem with Suze.
kidnapping
We're
charges
speaking
going,
out
Vance?
about. Oh, really? So you're just going to sit here and roll over me?
Okay,
You're
so
just
Pink
mad because
Hat
I called
kidnapped
you
you,
out on
right?
some bullshit, Morbid. You're mad because I called you out on bullshit. That's it. That's the whole thing.
What
I
did you
called
call
you
me
out
out
on
on?
bullshit. Having a shitty fucking thing going on while there was
That
supposed
wasn't
to be
my
a
thing.
serious
It wasn't.
vigil.
It
I don't
wasn't
know if it
some.
was your live stream.
Clearly,
I don't
you
have a
don't
problem
know
with the
what you're
vigil
talking.
itself.
That's
I
why
don't have
you
a
came
problem
up
with
on the
how you
panel
showed up.
and you were
I
kissing
have a
ass.
problem with you and how you handled it and how your panel handled it. I even feel sorry for Pink Pony because you guys used her to do all of that. Did you pay for her to get into the vigil or into this book
It
signing?
doesn't
Morbid?
matter.
Did you pay for
It
that?
doesn't matter if she was paid or not. What do you care?
No, you didn't. You
What
buy
did
a
you
ticket?
provide? You didn't private.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys think anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, Fancy definitely deserves like what Morbid's saying to her, but she does have a point. And when money gets involved, it's always ugly. And everybody knows that. And it just, money in situations like that fuels hate. So I understand what she's saying, but like, why is all of this happening? And then Fancy in the middle of arguing with Morbid is like insulting Suzette. And it's just being allowed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking wild. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, damn, this is crazy. She's like going back and forth between the two. She's like,
I
yeah. Oh,
know.
and then you know what, bitch?
It
Like
was
what?
funny because Suzette was reading every single text message that Fancy was sending her out
Oh
loud.
shit.
Fancy was texting her like while she was up there.
Yeah, so that's how Fancy ended up coming up there because Fancy
What?
told Suzette, if you look before this, she came up there.
Okay.
Suzette's like, Fancy is texting me and telling me that I need to get off the panel and telling me, why am I up here and stuff like this. Well, she continues to text her after Fancy drops from the panel, and Suzette's just reading every single text from Fancy, and she's like, "People warned me about Fancy, but now I'm seeing her true colors."
Oh my lord. This poor woman. No wonder she don't trust nobody. No wonder she doesn't want to talk to
Oh my God.
anybody. I can't even blame her.
All right, let me say something. Fancy, if you see this or if you're watching or if you're listening, I actually do not share fucking I do not share fucking shit to anybody like that. That will not get posted. Anything you would say, I say I would never do that. So I'm gonna throw that out there. Actually, anybody for real, unless it rightfully deserves to be screenshotted, and it's like, bro, there's no other way I can explain this. Look at this shit. But honestly, the shit that I screenshot is dumb as hell. You don't like my screenshots are real dumb. It's just for a newspaper. It's a project for school.
You
Yeah.
didn't.
Oh, so I gotta find this part. So you guys, Casey, you gotta help me find this part. So you said what made her come up on panel was the fact that she was reading the text messages as it was going. So
Yeah, it's like right before Fancy. I don't know how many minutes before. Excuse me.
yeah,
But
I'm just looking to see where her picture pops up.
oh, Suzette.
No, because she was there for the whole time, basically. No, I'm looking to see when
It's maybe
Fancy
like a
popped in. That's
couple
how
minutes before, because Fancy was like, it. The way Suzette was reading it was as if Fancy was texting her to give Morbid the message, and
She's gonna be
then
pissed.
she comes up there. She goes, "Are you really reading my messages out loud?"
okay. All right. I'm working on it, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, but
These poor people.
look, I'm not laughing at you guys. I'm laughing at the situation because it's like, what?
Well, because
But
I mean, they know Fancy because of the connection and whatever, but like they don't know any of these other people. And oh Lord. I would be
that
very uncomfortable.
that is a fucking because probably situation right the fuck there. Yeah, I know. I see you. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that. Awesome. Because you know what? Where I had it was actually 3 minutes after where you just told me, sweet, thanks, Chris, for the win. And hey, Chris, what's up? Sorry, I don't know what I was paying attention to. All right, here we go. This should be, I got it at like, oh shit. Let's go further. It's at 3:13. She says 3:15. So let's just listen to it from.
And who's real and who's not, as far as being able to help them and guide them the right way, and to hopefully get them the justice that they so deserve, because of the long wait and the public humiliation that they have received from mainstream media, to the Hollywood, the act on Hulu. And you want money, we can raise that money. You think fucking Katie Joy will be able to? I don't think so. Not many people like her. In fact, a lot of people hate watch her. But again, it's not about jealousy. It's about getting something done that we wanted to start. Now, I can't do much for Nicholas because I don't have that passion. Maybe somebody else will beyond 2025. But for Dee Blanchard and for the Petries, I'm on board for the entire year. And if they're willing to do that, let's go and let's get this done. And that's all I have to say about that. I will dedicate that as a creator on this channel. And then I'll move on to some other true crime shit, or, not shit, but just something
We know
else.
we know what you mean.
Yeah, because,
Oh, I appreciate that. That's
how
really
long
good.
can we? I mean, we
Well,
already
here's
won.
the thing. Here's the thing with Nicholas, Ryan, Dee Dee, like the way.
We'll just hold off on that for a second.
So it's not even just
Mm-hmm. Just hold on.
See the players.
No, still going. Hold on. Just what's up, Jedica? How's it going?
Maybe her mom really was like that, possibly. Okay, we don't really know her. Maybe that is true. So the viewer, right? But when you see it's a pattern, she did it to her co-defendant, she did it to her husband, she did it to, she like that's what she does. Like people have to see the pattern to really, it's like us sitting here looking at the corner of a picture.
Yeah.
And because we're not paying, we're not seeing the big picture, we don't see the vision.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you've
Yeah.
got to think Rachel Garlick as well. She effed her over. And then Nicholas's mum.
For me, this is my 2025 goal.
Yeah.
Either
So
we're
good.
going to get justice for the Petrie family and Dee Dee once and for all, or we're gonna expose the shit out of Gypsy to the point of no return, and she's almost already there. 2024 has.
There is nothing that any of us as creators need to do at all to expose Gypsy. Like we're gonna continue to make stupid videos about stupid Gypsy, but I just want to throw it out there. She does that her own self, and all there's no twists or turns that need to happen. That shit's already like that. All right, we should be edging right about now. Yes.
Well, I think people miss the point too, because what is it exposing Gypsy? You're right. She exposes herself. We need to cancel her. The best way to cancel her is to humanize her victim and show that her victim was truly a victim and a person and a human, not a monster. So she's exposing herself. We need to cancel her by shining the light on the Petrie family and the good people that they are.
There you go. Exactly. What up, Kai? How's it going? Yeah. Cause yeah, it's like you said earlier. The other hashtag is just like justice for Dee Dee is really just fuck Gypsy in disguise.
Spoke loudly. I mean, the fact that she deleted her YouTube channel, the fact that her.
Okay, I'll say this. Yo, Morbid. If you know that you got some people that are pretty cool that you don't actually have any problems with or putting together a thing, bro, why don't you come like shoot me a message or something, dude? Like we could all work together. You don't have to. I don't know what's going on, bro. That's fine. Well, it's still gonna go on, but we're gonna still shine light on all situations, all corners, even if that corner is me, you, them, or the next person. I don't give a shit. But yeah, as far as cancel Gypsy is what is definitely important. Humanizing her victim, her fucking mother, and just like this whole there's no need to expose Gypsy. She exposed herself. Yeah, we'll continue to make videos about it so that people get the message from their favorite creators, but there's no work that needs to be done there. And now that we closed the year out with her, nah, bro. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so there's going to be a link dropped in the chat if you're able to, or when you're able to. You click that link, and then we can walk you through it. You can come to the other chat down there, and we can explain it to you, or AKA they can explain it to you if I'm not watching that one.
TikTok, not by the grace of God, by the grace of Rusty, who's an idiot. Rusty,
Which
brother,
is the
you're an idiot.
irony of it all. Like it's so fucking iconic.
The guy
Like,
didn't even hack
I
it. He
can't
fished
begin
it.
to tell you how
You know that, Nina?
iconic.
He was just email phishing. I know how to
Oh,
do
yeah.
that shit, man.
I said that last time. That's
Uh,
you got
It's
like
the
a-
funniest thing in the world. How
My
karma
sons
gets
used
you
to
back.
fucking fish on the internet
And he
for
lost it. He had
information.
so much power, and he lost
I
it.
told you guys last time, right? Katie Joy got fished the same way.
Hey,
It
y'all.
would have been so epic if he would have just put out all the DMs.
Someone said, "Hey, y'all." So
Yeah,
sounds like a
it's-
bounce.
it's me. I
Who is it?
just got a message from Fancy.
Who?
Creative Edge.
Okay.
Oh, you got a message from Fancy? Oh, this must be serious.
This is gonna be good.
All right, go
She
ahead.
said
Lay it on us.
she's still messaging me.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Fancy, get your ass up here. I would love to talk to you.
She
You
said
weirdo.
that panel is who made a mockery of the vigil, and after I called out what they did,
What?
now bashes me at any point. So
She
please be
said bullshit.
careful. His
The
panel is
vigil.
mean.
It wasn't a visual.
His
Well, I mean,
panel
it
is
was.
mean, makes fun of everyone, and the chat will rip people to shreds. They were calling you fake until you showed that music video. I'd love to have you on panel
What?
one night, though.
Wait.
Yeah, where no
He
one will
didn't
watch
call
it.
me anything.
She
Who
says,
called?
I'm going to release the video component of our interview.
Who
And
called?
then she has, by the way, I talked to Ty yesterday.
Fancy, talk to me. One-on-one
Yeah.
tonight.
At the end of the day, just I think you should just leave them those two
'Cause-
to it, because they're gonna. Everyone shows their true colors eventually. The mask eventually slips. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, Fancy, you got a problem? Talk to me.
So
And
she
no one
I'll
is,
put you in your
anything more
place.
up here.
I know you're
We were
not used to it
asking
because
is
you're
watching.
spoiled,
I'm guessing.
entitled.
Also, Fancy, why did you block me? Come
I
on
don't
now.
know, but
Play
Suzette, we
fair.
didn't. I mean,
You
you're
got to
up
be
here.
able
We
to take a
didn't-
little bit of trolling.
Creative, does she know Ty?
Yes. Ty Tanya is the one that introduced me to Fancy.
Dude,
Oh.
tell Ty. I'm telling you. All right, creative. I'm gonna tell. I shouldn't tell you what to do, but Fancy is a complete moron. I liked her at one point just because she was entertaining, and she still is. She's a goofball. That's why I'd have her on here. And she's more than welcome to come up. Fancy, all you have to do is type "let me up," and I'll
I
let
try
you
to
up.
see the good in everybody because, I mean, with a family like I have a sister that has been jealous of me since the day I was born. And so I try to see the good in people.
Yeah, there's
Until
no
they do
good
me
in
wrong.
Fancy or Katie Joy Paulson, and that's
Once
not a
they
joke.
do me wrong, then I'm done.
And actually, about Fancy and the whole like book signing thing, if she had a better plan, where was she at executing it?
Exactly.
She just came up here and like spit an idea out and then left them.
Honestly, she didn't even. That was not even her idea. She just said, "Oh yeah, I'll work on that. I'll help you." So she sent me this bullshit message as if she was going to do something. She didn't do jack shit.
She just put, "Are you reading a message from me? Are you serious?"
Exactly. She doesn't give a
Didn't
shit.
she tell you to read it to us?
Tell her that you're joking.
It's a heart attack.
Literally, she wrote it for Morbid for you to construe the
Fancy,
information.
just come up here. Stop being a coward. God, you're such a baby.
Can you tell
man?
Can you tell her that Injustice says hi?
Hey, can you ask her if she'll come to the visual in July or if she can't get there?
The
And
thing
she's
is,
typing.
who in the I don't understand who said you were fake. No one on this panel said Creative Edge was fake. I did not hear those words.
But that's
from
necessary, honestly, to kind of
And one of the,
You have to vet your people.
Yeah, we've
and one of
dude,
the
we've been tricked.
one of the other videos they
Look,
were saying
that's
that I
Tricked? I would fucking say duped. But then you were told the fucking truth straight flat out and you didn't listen to it. It's not
Still
the first
entertained
time.
it nicely.
Yeah. Very
Kindly.
nicely. Uh-huh. And
With
then
empathy.
yeah, and then
But Miss Suzette didn't get showed none of that in the beginning. That felt like an interrogation.
Yeah, or
by the mean cop, not the good one.
Yeah, but don't fucking vet people on air.
Yeah, it could have been done in the back chat.
There's
She said
certain
she
questions
had
you could have asked
things.
her. Yeah.
Like pictures, things like that. I mean, something of that nature is easy to send over to verify. I don't know. I kind of felt like they did the same thing to Nelly too. Like just epicentered weird things. I don't know. These are big creators that could be asking really good questions and drama. Not who was Dee Dee.
Yep. Exactly. All right. So I know we listened to a little bit because I didn't know where it was, but now she's about to come up, so we can. I know you guys are enjoying it because I see it. All right, let's keep going.
was lying. One of the other chats of one of the videos. They were saying people were saying I was lying.
Well, there's people in the chat.
Oh,
We don't
there's
have
Pan.
enough
Okay,
people.
we're gonna get fancy up here. Let me see. Sorry guys, I gotta kick somebody. Gotta choose somebody.
Creative Edge, can you tell
Don't kick
Fancy
me.
that
was
Rick
awake.
M really misses her and that he's her #1 fan?
Guys, don't feel bad if I kick you. Sorry, guys. Let me see here. It's just the
backside.
Look,
right.
for one time
Give
I
me a
didn't get
second here.
kicked.
All right, Fancy, get your ass. I mean, get up here, honey.
Get ready for her to curse everybody out.
Don't
Let me
touch
talk
me
to
out,
her.
Fancy. I might cry tonight.
I won't
in
come
my
up with
sleep.
Nina, so no, I ain't kicking Nina. Why? She ain't
Nina
gonna say
won't
shit.
talk. I promise.
Oh, she's gonna be pissed
What
at
a
me.
No, you're gonna talk to
coward.
me
Come
one
up
on
with
one.
Nina.
Everybody else mute.
Come on.
Okay.
I'll
The only
mute.
person that
I'll
doesn't
mute.
mute is Creative Edge.
Okay.
We'll all mute. We'll all mute.
All right.
I'm
All right,
muted.
Fancy, get up here. Where's my Jeopardy music? All right. Hurry up. We don't got all day. It's 3.5 hours, man, live streaming. Fancy, where you at? Is that you? Let me see. Something's wrong with your camera, though. Let me see here if that's you.
Okay, I heard something, and after this plays through, and then the next thing is said that lines up with what I just heard. I want to see if y'all heard it too, but just now I heard something that doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's by. Oh, that is you. Is it by proxy? That you? Let me see. Yeah, that might be you, actually. Fancy, is this you? Fancy?
Hold on a second. I'm trying to mute. Hi.
So that is Fancy.
Yeah, it's me. What is your problem, Morbid? Because I spoke out one time about how I felt about what happened with the vigil. You have constantly bashed me since. For what reason? Am I not allowed to have my opinion of what I felt, something that I did suggest in the
You
first
didn't
place?
prove
Yes, I
it
did.
that you
I
suggested
over on
it.
TikTok long before you started. Then I came over here to get your support because I knew that you could push it out like that. And that's all I ever
Oh,
wanted.
so you
I
used
never
me, is
said
what you're saying.
anything wrong. No, I didn't use you, Morbid. You use everyone, just like you use everyone for content, sir.
Is that true?
So you know what is your problem? But I don't even want to talk to you right now. Suze, I was literally just trying to tell you that the chat was saying that you were fake for a long time until you showed that
No,
video.
you're gonna talk to me before you talk to Suze. I'm sorry, Fancy.
Nope.
Okay, so, and when right before Fancy comes up, he said, only Suze, only Creative Edge, keep your microphone unmuted, meaning there was opportunity for a question or something to be spoken towards her, or for her to speak out to respond to something. Either way, the microphone was left, and the way that it works in this this universe of fucking whatever, the internet, when your mic is unmuted, you can be talked to or talk to somebody. If you're to be muted, you are to shut the fuck up. But that leaves it open for questions or whatever. So it's weird. So that after he says invites a conversation, but she's literally reading her text messages out loud to like all these people. And she's like, well, dude, like, bro, what the fuck? I don't know. That's fucking weird. That was, I mean, if I was there, I would have heard that in real time, but just hearing it just now, hearing the shit that we heard before, and then hearing what he said right before, is like, wait a minute, this is like reading Gypsy's book. Wild, yes, but Hannah, ladies, you got some explaining to do, and if I need to continue on that mission, you have some explaining to do. I'm not doing the explaining. I'm not doing it.
I'm talking to Suze, Morbid.
No, you're talking to me right now. Number one, it wasn't your idea. And if it was your idea, you didn't follow through.
Because of what they did from the
How come you
vigil.
didn't follow through with your idea? What a brilliant idea. How come you didn't follow through?
And I can't believe you're doing this after all the years.
Oh,
that you've
yeah.
been
You can't believe I'm doing
really
what?
don't. I'm not talking to you, Morbid. I'm talking to Suze, and she knows
No,
it.
she does. I mean, I'm saying you're talking to me first before you talk to Suze.
I'm not.
That's how it's going to work tonight.
Nope. No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
All
I'm
right.
here to
well,
talk
you're going to
to
talk
you.
to me before you talk to her.
Nope. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
You can
that's how
let
it's
me
going
down
to
if
work,
you want.
Fancy.
That's fine.
All right.
You can let
We
me
we
down.
know
I'll
you're a
have to change
flip flopper.
myself.
You're
I'm not
a
a flip
person
flopper.
that
I've never been a
accuses
flip flopper.
somebody
I've
of
told you the
kidnapping you.
whole
Let's
freaking
talk about
time,
that.
Morbid.
Let's
Nope,
talk about the
nope, we're not talking
kidnapping.
about that tonight, Morbid. We're talking about
How
your
are the
problem with me
kidnapping
for
charges
speaking
going,
out
Fance?
about. Oh, really? So you're just going to sit here and roll over me?
Okay,
You're
so
just
Pink
mad because
Hat
I called you
kidnapped
out
you,
on
right?
some bullshit, Morbid. You're mad because I called you out on.
All right, wait. That is funny as shit, though.
That
That was pretty
Dude,
funny.
it gets better. It gets better until she rage quits a little bit. But the thing is, like afterwards, like Suzette was kind of like, I already told you guys. She was just like, people warned me about Fancy. But I think the Fancy though, like the way she began her conversation with Suzette made me think she knew her this whole time, right? How come she hasn't had her on her panel, but now she wants to invite her on her panel?
Because
Number
Fancy
one.
wanted to hide Fancy wanted
And
to
then,
have what Fancy had, and she didn't want anybody else to be involved with that. She didn't
yeah,
want anybody else to talk to them.
and then number two, she posted this morning the whole Dee Dee was in this music video. But you've been talking to these people. Like, obviously you weren't talking to them that well.
Right, yeah.
You just found this out and posted about it because you found out on Morbid Show.
Yeah.
Well, I think when Fancy was talking to them initially, and like Fancy wasn't she was supportive of Gypsy, right? So I I don't know how long it's been in the time span that like these people have really communicated, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that like what Fancy wanted from them was probably very different at that time. I'm not saying that they didn't say these things to Fancy, but like she was out to make Gypsy look good in the beginning. So they probably have seen a different side of Fancy and don't understand. I mean, Fancy was a Gypsy supporter and then she went to not supporting Gypsy and now she's like attacking them on KJ's live. She jumped up there the other day and was like going on about she wanted to know why they did other documentaries and why they were in prison confessions. Well, first off, it ain't none of your motherfucking business.
Yeah,
Fancy is
exactly.
all over the place. She would make anybody nervous, anxious, like just.
Plus, I don't think the way she talks to people is very. I don't know. I can't describe it, but like, I feel like she talks down to people,
Yeah,
but not
absolutely.
really.
Oh,
Does
no.
that make sense?
No, it does. No, I mean,
Like she
I've
tries to
heard
do it
both
in like
sides.
a soft tone, but just because you do it in a soft tone doesn't mean jack to me.
Yeah, it's
No.
condescending.
Yeah, well, but that's what I was. But we've heard it both ways. We've heard it in the nice way, and we've heard it in the loud way. Like we've heard it both ways. Like you guys are like deleting stuff from your brain right now. Like no, dude, no. Like we fucking heard that motherfucker going off. Like Fancy, bro, Fancy. I'm not hating on you, man. Like actually, more respect to you because that's so crazy. Wait till you guys. I have a fucking video to post today, and I'm like, bro, this is how I feel on the inside, but then I do it on the outside. I give you props for doing that inside shit on the outside. I'm gonna give you props for that. But once again, that's one of those things where it's like, time and place. Now, I do agree that was shady for her to read the text messages, especially with if that's what the conversation was. And yes, Bird, with what you were saying was she was doing all the other things. I think the flip-flop thing is being said because of the KJ thing and all the. I don't understand. Actually, I do understand, but I'm not even going to say that out loud. I'm not. Anyway.
The flip-flop thing really has nothing to do with the Petries, but
Has nothing
it
to
has
do with
nothing,
shit.
yeah, with none of those.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, all right, okay, even if she does, whether the flip flop be the attitude or whatever, wherever the flip flop ends, but not like that is like so besides the point. Like the Gypsy shit is this is still completely different. Yes, it's in relation to Gypsy quite literally, but at the same time, no.
Yeah, it's flip flopping from defending Gypsy to not.
Yeah. Shit, what's the song called? I can't even remember.
Well,
What's the
they
Richard
also,
Mille-
I think they played a clip early on with her and KJ both at separate times saying like Dee Dee deserved to what
No,
she
yeah,
had.
Yeah, they did.
I saw
They did
that.
do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. All right.
But
I'm
now
gonna.
you're all about justice for Dee Dee. I mean, I agree. Like people can change their minds and stuff, but some of these creators, I think it's more for clout than someone change their mind.
Oh yeah. Well, I have something to show you. I'll start working on that. That'll take a minute to upload, but I was like, what? Why am I doing this? But here we are. All right. Yeah. So I don't know. I thought that was hypocritical, kind of weird. Let's keep going.
Bullshit. That's it. That's the whole thing.
What
I
did you
called
call
you
me
out
out
on
on?
bullshit. Having a shitty fucking thing going on while there was
That
supposed
wasn't
to be
my
a
thing. It
serious
wasn't.
issue.
It
No,
wasn't
no, it
some.
was your live stream.
Clearly,
I don't
you
have a
don't
problem
know
with the
what you're
video
talking.
itself.
That's
I
why
don't have
you
a
came
problem
up on the
with how you
panel
showed up.
and you were
I
kissing
have a
ass.
problem with you and how you handled it and how your panel handled it. I even feel sorry for Pink Pony because you guys used her to do all of that. Did you pay for her to get into the vigil or into this book
It
signing?
doesn't
Morbid?
matter.
Did you pay for
It
that
doesn't
too?
matter if she was
Why
paid or
are
not.
you
What do you care?
No, you didn't
What
buy
did
a
you
ticket.
provide? You didn't provide.
Yeah,
You didn't provide
you bought her
shit,
ticket to cause chaos.
Fancy.
You bought her ticket to go in there and try and cause chaos. That's all you are about.
No.
You're about
You're
bullying,
the one
harassing,
that
and
flip
chaos.
flops. In
You're not
fact,
about peace signs.
you're
You're a
gonna align
drama channel
yourself with
and you're
a
an
gypsy
asshole.
lover, just to hate bond
I'm
with
not
that
aligning
person
myself with Gypsy Lover. In fact,
because
I
you don't
told
like
on stage
someone they
joy.
called Resident Midnight or whatever.
Oh, he's talking about
You want to
Bree.
dox them because you're a doxer, Fancy.
She's been stalking me. What do you think I'm doing up on
Good.
that panel with
You know what?
Ryan?
You said
We're
blue
trying to figure
tattoo
out
face was
what's going
stalking
on.
you, and then you asked for my
Yeah,
help,
he
and
was.
I gave you that help.
You didn't give me help.
Oh,
You
I
made fun of
didn't.
him.
Oh
That's
wow,
what you did.
he took his eyes off of you, and you know
I
what?
know
He
I'm
thanked me
sorry.
for that.
Yes, Abigail. So you are
Dude,
disrupting my home yet again
you're
by being a
screaming,
jerk.
and even your family saying
I'm
to
not
get off the
screaming.
internet.
I'm not
That should be a
screaming.
that should be
Morbid,
a
go to
sign
fucking hell.
to your life.
Bye. I'm out.
Yes.
Suze, message me, please. I'd like
No,
to
she
have
ain't
you.
messaging
You
you.
know
What you
that.
gotta say?
Yeah.
What
All
you
right.
wanna
I'm not
say?
going to talk to you on this channel, Suze. We are going to talk privately, like friends
Because
do.
you're a coward,
Unless you're following
Fancy.
with
All you do
Co-Con.
is
I'm not a coward. I
you
just don't need to
are.
play with your dumb fucking antics.
Wait a
Peace
minute,
out,
pause
dude.
that, bud.
Oh,
Have a
see,
nice life.
okay, look at you.
Don't let the door.
How does Fancy come up there talking to Miss Suzette all 6 ways sideways to Sundays and then say, you're going to talk to me like friends do?
Well, they're not really friends because at the end, Suzette says like she doesn't even really talk to her.
Well, I
So
understand
that's
that. That's my
weird.
point, though. Like, you came in there insulting that woman, hot, carrying on, and then you're going to call her a friend?
Yeah, that's that manipulative shit where it's like, oh
That's
no, we're gonna talk.
Well, I think she gaslights her in these messages after she drops the fucking panel off. Like, is she gaslighting her right now?
I fucking bet. See, I'm raw dogging right now, guys. I have not listened to this, so like Casey was obviously there, but
I
I'm
didn't
just
hear none
listening.
of this.
Yeah, so this
I
is
was gone.
news. Yeah, she motherfucker flew away, man.
Bitch, you know I go to bed. You know I go to bed hella early, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know. That's
My
why I was like,
ass was
what
up until 2 in the morning.
But you knew, but it was different though. You knew today was chilling. You wouldn't have done that if you had to be at work this motherfucking morning. Shit.
Or hit you.
Yeah, you're such a baby.
Nina, I can't
she
with you.
left
I cannot
already.
with you. I'm dead.
Oh man, that music.
I wanted to see Nina
I-
rip into her, and she left already. That's bullshit. Come on,
I
come
really
back
wanted
up
to
and
say-
entertain us, Fancy.
Fancy.
say
You
that-
know you want to come
that-
up.
Fancy complained so hardcore about what happened with the book signing shit. Where was she contributing anything?
Nothing.
She contributed absolutely zero, except for the fact, hey, we should do this at the book signing. That was it. That was the end of it. Period.
Dude, she was
If you
fighting
ever
her
wasn't
contribute,
about
kidnapper
then
for
that.
contribute.
gas money. I mean,
Well,
how
they only
The
have a
pathetic
issue
is
short
that?
amount of
Plain and
time.
simple. Contribute.
kidnapping.
If you want something done the way you want it done, then fucking contribute, Fancy.
But look,
I'm
they only had a
sorry.
short amount of
The
time to get it all together anyway. So I mean,
Like,
what does she expect?
like Fancy, how the fuck do you like negotiate gas money with your kidnapper?
She's
To the
messaging me
point that your
again.
husband's like, all right, let's just pay her $40, and call it a day. Yeah, but you know how much soda she drank? Kidnap. Get the fuck out of
You
here.
know what it is? Fancy was mad that so many people donated and they weren't throwing the gifts when she was battling. That's what she mad about. That's it. That is really it. It has nothing to do with anything else. Fancy is mad that she didn't get the bag.
And she did the wrong thing
I
because
wouldn't package
She
it with the
needs
money
gas
at
money,
all. I would
apparently.
not. I would be like, nah, I'm gonna give it to somebody else because
The
I don't
Franz
trust
is
you.
back
I don't
with
know where it's going
saying
to
that's
when it
fat.
comes to you. I'm not giving it to you.
Fancy, you're an embarrassment.
She messaged me again.
I bet she did.
What she said.
She goes, wow, okay, thanks, Suze. That was wrong. I was simply
You are
telling you
welcome,
they will
Fancy.
rip you to shreds like everyone else when you aren't in there, but that's fine.
Who do we rip
I said,
to
thanks for the advice. She said, same thing he did the last time he got mad at me when he assumed I said something I didn't say. He wouldn't let
Because
me
you did
talk
say it.
and yelled over me then too. I will never ever go on that piece of shit
Yet she can't.
panel
She
again.
says she said
She says that every time she goes up. And she's like, I'll fucking never go back over there. I'm telling you. 1 week passes. She's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going up there. I gotta defend myself. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm never going back up there. Fancy, bro. Just don't even say nothing to nobody. Like, from now, try this, dude. Like, all right. This is what I do. I'm like, all right. Or like, sometimes I do explode sometimes, okay? I do explode sometimes, but most times just like, all right, keep on the inside. Just keep on the inside. And like, I don't know, if you gotta scream about it, just don't hit the live button first. Scream about it and then go live. That's what I think you should do. I don't think you should scream about it on there. Scream about it off live. Take a chill pill. Come back. Simple as that. Simple as that.
You
said she would
said
never
that
come up here.
last
She came
week,
up
and
tonight.
here you were.
Yeah, she says that all
She
the
says, and I will
time.
make sure to call him out when he lies and bullies. I thought we were friends. Just wow. I have never ever
Don't
done
make me
one
pay
mean thing
$40 to Ethan
ever.
to come after you again. Because now we're friends. Sick
He should
Ethan
give
on
you
you.
a friend's discount. He should give you a discount for Friends of Ethan discount.
2 for 1, baby.
You only got paid
But
one.
The sad part about
messaged
this
me.
is Fancy believes her lies. That's the part that's crazy.
When Fancy and Titania stopped talking and had a riff or whatever you want to call it, she just keep reading them out.
You know what? You would never have a
Fancy,
riff
we
with
have
me, and
Ethan on
Titania
speed
would
dial.
never have a riff with me.
Well, when
'cause-
her and Titania had a problem,
yeah, that would never happen
Titania
between you and
said
I.
like she was writing a book. Well, Titania told Fancy that me and her were writing a book together, which that's not true. Titania was just asking me for stories to put in her book. And
That
Fancy
shitty
sent
book.
Titania cease and desist letter addressed
Oh,
to me and Titania. Like I can't talk about anything that was said in the by proxy stuff. And I had nothing to do with that.
Don't worry, no one read it, so you're fine. Most terrible book of all time.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, there was a midget named Eric the Midget. He wrote a book about his dog
oh.
back in the Howard Stern days. His book is a bestseller compared to hers,
R.I.P.
and he was a moron. He puts
Come
me
on,
to
Eric
sleep.
the
though.
actor. Come on, Eric the actor.
Eric the actor, yeah. At least he was funny. Can't say
She
the
said it
same.
was my people in the chat defending you as they were tearing you apart in the chat, but whatever.
No one's looking
When
in
were
the
you
chat.
tearing her apart?
But you can't look
No,
at the
Why
chat
do y'all
because the
care
chat is
about
a full
what?
mixture of people.
I watch the chat all the time, and I didn't see many people at all like pulling you apart. I saw a couple of people
No,
that
I
I'll
don't
tell you right
understand.
now. I saw a whole bunch of people that were saying, "You know what? I believe this lady. I believe her.
Yeah,
I believe her."
yeah.
Like, that's all I saw.
Yeah.
And
So
she didn't
Fancy's full of
say,
No, but
shit right there.
keep this message between me and you.
See, that's what I do too. Like when I'm on panel, I always have a second window up that's showing the actual feed so that I can see the shit. But it doesn't even matter what they're saying. Like I don't get affected by it, so I think I'm like one of the perfect people to watch the fucking chat because I'm just like, all right, I don't give a shit. I look out for when people are like, oh, so and so's here, whatever. But it depends, regardless of where I'm at. But anyway, either one of you guys had anything to say? Does it continue on? Does she keep texting her? Does she keep reading it?
Yeah, she keeps texting her for a little bit.
Anything else other than that? I just want to know if like there's something like. I mean, we're gonna
No,
keep
she
listening.
keeps texting her a little bit. I think she reads some more.
Word. No, I'm gonna keep listening, but I'm just like, I was just asking.
She didn't say nothing like that. If she would have said something like that, then I wouldn't have.
Well, it was
said nothing.
it was apparent that the message was for Morbid.
Well, I
I
watched the
just want
chat
to
a
ask
lot
Fancy,
because
why does
and they
yeah,
all
why
said
does the chat bother her so much?
Yeah, Fancy, go back to your friend Bree. That's where you belong. Might as well just just say that Dee Dee deserved it again, because that's what you said before. Don't lie. You said that.
I'm
So
sorry. I would never ever align myself with somebody that I do not like just because we have a common enemy. No, like that's zero integrity right there. You
You're
have
on
no
Bree's live
integrity for
last night.
aligning yourself with those people.
I feel bad for her because it's gonna blow up in her face.
yeah.
I don't feel bad for Fancy.
What is that called again? Enemy is
Seeing
my
them on Bree's live last night, it's like they were trying to make up. So I was thinking something's brewing. Something's
Because
coming.
they want to go after this person called Resident Midnight, who's a doxer and a horrible person. Resident Midnight is absolutely a horrible person, but those people are no better. No better. They do the same exact thing. So I'm staying on my own little island. I don't want to get involved on either side. They've tried. People have tried to get me to align with Resident Midnight because of my feelings towards Beth, and I will not. I won't do it. I will not lower myself to that standard. I won't do it. I will give you.
yeah, you've gone to obscurity now, Fancy. In fact, you destroyed everything that you've worked hard for God knows how long, since 2016, 17. You destroyed it all because you're a weirdo. I mean, I don't even know how to put it.
Even your husband said so.
You destroyed everything that you're credible for, if there was even anything to be credible for. I still question that, but still people have shown you respect for being a rat, because that's all I feel like you are. You're just a rat fink. Nobody cares about. Ryan Lee, I don't even know what your deal is, nor do I care, because you're irrelevant. You're super irrelevant, and I don't care. I didn't care from the beginning, and I don't care now, because you have no plans in 2025 for me.
No, she made a bad video about our visual, so F Ryan Lee.
She abuses her axolotls.
Titania
She used
warned
to have
me about her,
axolotls and
but
like they all died.
Titania
What is
warned me
that?
about Fancy, but it's like, until they do me wrong, I don't have a problem. Now I have a problem.
Yeah, but no one's even talking about Fancy. And then she had to text you, get off that panel. Like, what the, what?
Oh, the panel with Katie Joy last night. Chrissy was messaging somebody to stop me from being on the panel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Madness.
So weird.
Not
Like,
even surprised.
They say that birds of a blah. What did they say?
Feather. Birds of
I
a
don't know.
feather.
It's like they're like, hey, this person's mine, and you can't have any details that they have whatsoever.
Scapegoating. They're trying to
So weird to
scapegoat.
me. We're trying to get like a certain thing done, and they like, no, get off the panel. Don't talk to that person. Like, it's so weird to me.
People shouldn't be telling you who you can and cannot like interact with. That's just not right.
As far as I'm concerned, the more people that want
immature.
justice for Dee Dee and want to get Dee Dee's voice out and help the Petries, the better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't trust Fancy or Katie Joy, honestly. And I said, look, I don't have a problem with them promoting the GoFundMe. That goes straight to them. That's fine.
Well, at least you got some words in. Weren't acknowledged, but people heard you. So I will. I have a couple thoughts.
I did, and I said something earlier too. Did you hear that part?
Yeah,
as
I
well?
heard you, and yeah, but still, probably my favorite thing of all from yesterday was that shit on Beat Beat. That was the funniest shit.
Mhm.
I was dying with that. But yeah, so that's what happened there, guys. So yeah, I guess shit, I had said something to someone. I was like, dude, let's do this. Let me see something really quick. What are you doing, Casey?
At
Oh,
the
all right.
grocery store.
Oh, you still there? She's shopping.
No, I'm looking for something. You know, when they have like seasonal shit and you like really like it, and that they freaking take it off off the shelves, that blows my gizzards.
Plus your gizzards. What the fuck? Oh yeah. Yeah. She says. McCatherine says, "Why do some people call it a vigil instead of a vigil? It drives me nuts." Yeah, because some people really don't know. They just don't know how it's spelled or don't know how to pronounce it. Literally. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. I didn't like. I don't mind if you guys want to do recaps for sure. If there's something that happens with this, because sometimes I'm either working on something else or whatever. I know that at the top it says the book, so I was gonna actually we can listen to a little bit more of the book just so that it just keeps going, and I'm just sticking to my schedule the way. But we had to do the recap, but definitely down to do days after Morbid to do recaps, or if you guys see a different live or something, we should go over. If something happens, we don't need to go over if nothing's going on, but if something's going on, obviously would like to do that. Let's see here. All right. Oh, I gotta speed this shit up. Yeah. All right. And there we go. All right, sweet. Yeah. So, um, it says 13 and it says 13 and a half ish minutes, but it's also sped up, as you guys know. So let's just let this chapter run, and then after this chapter, I'm gonna get out of here because it is New Year's Eve. So I got some stuff that I would like to get situated before it gets dark and starts being drinky. And plus, it's trivia night, so I also want to get that done. Still got my video to finish, which is almost done. So I'm hoping to work on that, get the other shit done, and then if I can come back before, I'll come back I'll come back on TikTok and probably just play more drums because that's what I've been addicted to. Anyway, let's listen to this motherfucker.
H. Heal your heart, the place your voice resides. We have the power to live with joy and contentment by responding to our suffering with kindness. Kristen Neff, Doctor of Philosophy. While I stood watching the storm inside me, I began to identify and pin down what had been bothering me all along. The intense sorrow and mourning I had over the loss of a more typical childhood, of a father-daughter relationship, of a grandfather for my children. Then something interesting happened. That sadness was crowded out by pure, absolute anger. I felt robbed, undignified, and incomplete. A good part of me realized I had never reached my true potential. I was angry that my father forced me into hiding, to be ashamed of my last name, fearful of the very blood that coursed through my veins. I was so mad at him that I thought I'd go get myself an apology because he ruined my life. But he didn't make me
Okay, wait. I couldn't even let that continue to roll without me saying something because, dude, what the hell? Why is that like that? Dude, that is so funny, man. That's crazy. All right, let's keep going. She was like, I thought I'd get myself an apology. I might have started saying that, be like, you know what? That's kind of like everybody with me being correct about cats and crotch itch. It's like, dude, yeah, like Bird said the other day. Yeah, I'm about to go get me a fucking apology. Nope, she duped herself. I like that. I really do like that. Melissa, I like that. Is one thing you ever did right was that. And probably bet you didn't even write that fucking line. I bet you didn't fucking even write it. So you know what? Fuck you.
Feel any of that. I did. That realization has caused me to become intrigued by anger. It's like a chameleon, taking on so many different forms. Like sweet little grandmother who is really the big bad wolf. Anger can not only blow your house down, it can implode your world. I'm so angry I could cry. I'm so angry I could spit. I'm so angry I'm telling. That one is from my son. I'm so angry I feel sick. And on and on. And sometimes it masquerades itself as something completely different. I'm so depressed I don't know why. Here's the big reveal about anger. It makes a person feel the urge to retaliate. According to the American Psychological Association, 25% of anger incidents involve thoughts of revenge such as, I'm going to spread rumors about my boss to get even, or I'd like to just bump her car to put her in her place. Interestingly, anger is experienced through interaction.
Hey Kai, if you're listening, there's a new mission, dude. We need to see if there's any point in time where or if anybody is interested in finding out. But I want to know, and I know that this conspiracy theorist as myself. So now we need to go look to see if there's any point in time that she blackmailed or did something or other to a manager or a supervisor at any point in time over her head, as that seems like something she would do. So I don't know. Somebody I may not have known did something. So basically, like, it's kind of like, well, so if in businesses and shit like that, you're not supposed to, if you're a manager, you're not supposed to sleep with like people under you, vice versa, like, because actually the rule's really only for the manager. So let's just say, for instance, they slept with an assistant manager and it was like, oh yeah, well, it can turn into a blackmail situation. That's basically all I'm getting at. But I'm wondering if there was a situation like that, or if there's a point in time where she bumped somebody's car, whether it was an accident or just a fender bender. I'm gonna look though. I'm definitely gonna look.
Actions with people we like or love, including children, spouses, and close friends. Isn't that why we are here? Recovering from a painful experience that either someone we love or like has made us feel inadequate, afraid, ashamed, unloved, pissed off as all hell. And that person could even be ourselves. How long can we go on being angry? Anger is related to the fight or flight stress response we talked about in W, Watch the Storm. This part alerts us and others that we feel threatened or have witnessed an injustice. It's a function that helps us identify what we are willing to put up with and when our dignity is being attacked, and helps us communicate something urgent as a matter of safety, such as when a mother finds her lost child at a county fair and yells, "Don't ever walk away from me again." Anger should be acute, lasting only a short period of time, and yet the problem with the anger that many of us experience is that it lingers far beyond the moment. For a long time, I was afraid to face my anger, so I turned the anger inward and became depressed. My anger went right into the long-term chronic phase. I wallowed in self-doubt until the easiest resolution became isolating myself. When we live with unresolved anger, we shut down a large part of ourselves and go into hiding. I used food to express anger that I had swallowed inside me. I noticed when my coping mechanism got even worse. It was after my boyfriend, Sean, had forced me to have sex, and I was left alone to decide about the baby that had been conceived. I felt I was in the worst possible situation any girl my age could ever face, with no way out. Pregnancy, an impoverished, abusive home, an abusive relationship, a father in jail for murder. These thoughts made me want to cry, but I saved my tears for my nighttime pillow.
Yo, this is pretty crazy. So, for those of you guys that don't know, we're listening to Whole, which is Melissa Moore's book. Also, co-author is Michelle Mastriani. I can never fucking say it. Matriciani. There we go. Matriciani. Whatever. I'll get there. I'm not even worried about her. I keep pushing her off to the side because she's got to have a shit for herself. And then literally we're going to like glide right on into Mike. It all goes together, trust. But anyway, so yeah, but Melissa Moore is the happy face serial killer's daughter. She is his daughter. Yes, there we go. Yeah. But she also is one of these two women that wrote this book are also the co-authors for Gypsy's book. So basically what's going on here is that all year long it's all been a focus on outside of the tea stuff. So we're talking about like business moves and stuff like that. We've been giving all the credit to Christy. And I was like, you know what? There's something sketchy going on. Cause I'm like, what made me think of it was when we listened to Gypsy's book. And then I was thinking, wait a minute. I just remembered something. There was on that first episode when Gypsy got out, there was Mike, and we all knew about Mike, but there was another lady there, and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, maybe it's just fucking, like, I literally didn't know. I literally, honestly, just straight up did not know. And then I was like, let me go back and see if that's fucking Melissa Moore. And I go back and I'm like, oh shit, it is her. That blonde lady is fucking Melissa Moore. So we had watched a few interviews and I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure that blonde lady, that was Melissa. So not only is Mike there, which, all right, I could understand your lawyer being there, but we didn't know at the time, but it's actually her manager. And I actually don't know when he officially became the manager. I'd like to look into that as well. But Melissa was there. Why is Melissa there? That's fucking weird. Oh, wait, I forgot. Melissa is also tied in with Lifetime. Guys, this keeps going and going. So I know I've been talking forever, but that's why we're listening to this book, to get an idea of what the fuck is going on inside her mind, her life, her shit. Let's keep going, guys. Appreciate you guys listening and being here. Let's get through this, and yeah.
Earning my diploma
can
was my
party
only
later.
hope of getting out of poverty, and I knew that having a baby would put an end to that prospect. It was after Sean tried to beat the hell out of me to kill the baby that I decided to abort the child. After the abortion, I couldn't forgive myself. Nobody knew about my situation, which made it worse. My heart felt tied in knots all the time. I found myself gorging on everything I saw, even when I wasn't hungry. Food gave me comfort for a brief period, but it didn't feel good being full and bloated, only to be lonelier and more despondent than before. The first time I remember purposely soothing my pain with food was when we moved to Grandma Frances's house, where my mother and we kids slept in the basement on cots with shoeboxes as dresser drawers. Pulling the light bulb string revealed the cold, cramped, cement-floored cellar we were now forced to call home. Soon my uncle would also sleep there, and then my mother's husband, Robert, and my first baby half-brother. In the meantime, my father would toy with us, saying he was coming to visit, and then not show up. I'd shove instant potatoes, along with all my emotions of anger, sadness, and humiliation down my throat. Instead of visiting us, my father had chosen to be with his mistress, the woman he had left us for so suddenly. When he did finally make the trip, my father, appalled by our bare cupboards, would take us grocery shopping. We'd fill the car with 5-gallon buckets of ice cream to make sure we'd have plenty long after he left. In a way, sugary foods expressed a sense of security, ever so temporarily. My anger was fueled by not admitting my emotions as anger, not expressing it to anyone, not believing I had a right to express anything to anyone, not having the sense of self to give credence to anything I felt. Other people's opinions, the media. Most of all, my adult anger stemmed from the fact that nobody told me as a child that I didn't have to feel so much guilt. Even as a child, I was never told that the circumstances that encroached on my life, divorced parents, poverty, abuse, rape, abortion, inability to stop my stepfather's tirades, not protecting my younger siblings, etc., were not my fault. The people surrounding me, from my grandparents to my mother to my teachers, didn't notice me or my pain, and if they did, nobody did a damn thing to help. That imprinted on me the message that I wasn't worth noticing and that my pain and shame should be suppressed, because neither emotions were worthy. I wasn't worthy of tender attention and repair. Messages like this, according to the theory of physician Donald Winnicott, might lead people to replace their true self with a false self, designed to protect the true self from the pain and self-loathing it experiences. I can only say with certainty that this was true for me. Before I worked on meeting and loving my true self, the one that existed before all the garbage piled up in my life, a process we will discuss more in L, Leverage Your Power, I was shy, withdrawn, insecure, private, afraid of my own shadow, full of guilt, and incapable of trusting others, especially boys and men. One of my favorite books of late is Unworthy: How to Stop Hating Yourself. If I could hug Annalie Rufus for authoring this guide, I would. She explains that the human brain has the capacity and preference for negative bias, meaning we remember the worst of times over the best of times, and that when that happens, we rewire our brain that way. We learn from those bad experiences, in the sense that we retrain our thinking, our habits, our beliefs. But the problem is that what we learn is faulty. We believe we are bad and unworthy, and adopt coping strategies that take form, she says, of so-called personality flaws, in order to protect ourselves from ever feeling unworthy again. From
Dude, I just feel like she's saying etc. a lot. I feel like I'm telling you guys, I'm fucking writing a book. I'm inspired. I've been inspired. I feel fully inspired by Melissa and especially Gypsy. Their books are just so great. I don't even really know what to say. It's just so amazing. They make so much sense. They're really speaking to me. Yeah. Yeah, daddy issues and some. I don't know. But I do kind of feel like, for real, like this was like a complete side note, but I do kind of feel like this story, with the fact of the father and the daughter, I do kind of feel like the writers from Dexter actually may have used this as an influence for the fourth season with Arthur Mitchell, the Trinity Killer. I think write a song. Okay, you know what? So in the chat, Jedicah says write a song about it instead. Bug. Actually, I'm not gonna write a song about daddy issues because that's just weird. Um, that's not something that that's just weird. But I actually do have a verse and a pre-chorus for a song that I was writing, and it's basically about the night of, but it's coming from like the mindset of Nick. Yeah. And I actually did start writing it one night while I think I was actually sitting on Morbid's panel, just like had it muted, and I was just waiting for, just listening to what they were saying, and I was writing that shit at the same time. Anyway, just a couple more minutes with this, and then yeah, we chilling, listen to something, and get out of here. Yeah, it is actually kind of cool.
lying,
I'll show you guys the
adopting
beat.
phony personas, indecisiveness, and excess apologizing, we try our best to keep from being vulnerable and achieving deep interpersonal connection, or even, like me, trusting another person. Letting someone see the real self would risk showing them something they could hate as much as you hate yourself. We can have none of that. Michelle can remember the entire high school cafeteria jeering, pointing, and laughing mockingly as she fell to the floor of a chair that had been unscrewed and rigged as a practical joke on senior day. It was the same day she found out she had been accepted into her first choice college, but humiliation trumps pride any day. She can't quite recall the feeling after opening her acceptance letter, but she definitely remembers her humiliation. Just like fight, flight, and freezing, our ability to retain negative messages over positive ones is a biological survival instinct. To use Rufus's analogy, it is far more useful for an evolving creature to remember hungry lions bite than to remember flowers are pretty. Has your pain experience left such a lasting impression that you are like Michelle, who is not able to remember any joy from achieving one of her biggest goals in life.
Yo, for a minute, right there, I thought I had to like really double take at the screen. I was like, did an ad just turn on? That was weird. It was like, have you been like it really sounded like a fucking it sounded like a medicine commercial. It was like, have you been experiencing cramps? Oh really? Well now try this. Crampless. Just one of these a day will help your cramps stay at bay. You know, that was fucking weird.
Has what you've been through caused such a negativity bias that you can't stop hating yourself or feeling guilt and hopelessness? Take solace that knowing it's not your fault. Remember, you are wired to attach to the negative. Rufus emphasizes what we know about brain plasticity, the ability of the brain to change itself, and for new thought patterns to be created, which is good news. But what I love most about Rufus's message in Unworthy is that we don't have to beat the negativity bias by swinging in the entire opposite direction and saying nice things to ourselves and trying to lure out our true self by dangling a honey-glazed carrot in front of its steel prison door. We simply have to stop
Who the fuck puts honey on a fucking carrot? You guys ever heard of that before? Like I know I've seen stuff. What? What is that?
Do you roast it?
Dude, I don't know. Like I don't know why you'd put the honey on the carrot, dude.
That's my next
crazy.
live. We're gonna
Well,
eat honey roasted carrots.
all right. But I don't suggest putting the honey on there too early because that'll like burn up. But wait a minute, this sounds familiar. This kind of sounds like on Gypsy's when she's talking about putting the shit on the barbecue sauce and the peanut butter and stuff. This is almost like the same thing. Yeah, this is really similar to that, right?
Why the food references? I mean, no, I don't want to think about it.
Okay, but although that's not a bad idea,
Barbecue on a penis?
No, that's a horrible idea. That sounds like it burns.
Oh my god.
No, dude. That's like if you're with somebody, male or female. Jesus Christ, what are you beeping about, bro? That's crazy. Anyway, and you have hot wings. That's not a good night. Hot wings is not a good night. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I've never heard anybody say honey on a glaze the fucking carrot with honey. So, all right. Well, since you said that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. There's like a few seconds left of this chapter. What do you guys want to do? No, wait. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm looking at that thing and that's the time. I'm like, oh, cool. But that's how long I've been live. That's not what time it is. I'm like, oh shit, cool. That's not what time it is. Oh, I'm tripping out. All right, yeah. Let's keep going. And I'm gonna look up to see about these carrots.
being mean to ourselves. You might not, and you need not, ever love yourself, Rufus declares in her book. You might not, and you need not, ever call yourself genius, gorgeous, or fabulous. You might not, and you need not, ever call yourself anything nice at all. Just stop calling yourself bad words. Put down the razor blade. Resist. Refrain. Is that so much to ask? Well said, Ms. Rufus. Well said.
Hey, what? Yo, this thing has been taking. This thing is wild. All right. It's all right. Oh yeah, I was literally looking it up. I forgot there was a few seconds. I think it doesn't even matter which way we were like fucking listening to this because it doesn't make like any difference from chapter to chapter for real. It's just like, wait, what? So I guess while I'm looking this up, I'll play a little bit more. But this is chapter 16 right here. Like I don't even know what's going on. Yeah, I bet you do. I mean, shit. That's probably delightful.
The wisdom of the wound. Do you not see how necessary a world of pains and troubles is to school an intelligence and make it a soul? John Keats. I used to think that complete healing might never be possible for the depth of my pain. Have you ever wondered the same? Maybe like me you thought the pain and the circumstances could never be healed or reconciled. Healing in and of itself poses a paradox, something I learned from David Knighton, medical doctor, in his unprecedented book, The Wisdom of the Healing Wound. Dr. Knighton founded the Wound Healing Institute at the University of Minnesota Medical Center. He is committed to his medically...
Whoa. We might actually need to hold off on this for real, because this one switched up. So, I know about actual as, recipe, like honey glazed carrots and stuff, honey glazed, all different types of stuff. But, I just wanted to just double check it, and no, you never know. And so I looked it up, and it's nowhere. Cause like in Australia and shit, that, or even like in England, they be talking some weird shit. And you're like, what? Like, bro, what did you just say? Like, what? It doesn't even make sense. But I guess we have, like different English speaking people have different ways of saying it. Anyway, so yeah, besides that, so I went to go look if it was saying it. It's like, no, there's nothing there. So just like in Gypsy's book, so she made that reference like it was something, but it's not. And then Gypsy made the reference of, when you just feel like, you want to pull your head off, like twist your head off and throw it. Why is she talking about that? That's kind of like when people are being interrogated, right? Let's, for instance, talk about Nicole Kessinger. This is a good example. She actually does do it. So Nicole Kessinger is not being interrogated, but she does have 3 different interviews. I believe it's I think the first one was the one where she's sitting across from them in the one room. I believe so. But she's sitting up and she's in the corner and she's like talking to them, blah, blah. And there's a point in time where she actually goes and puts her hand around her neck, around her neck. She does it a couple times, but she does do it when there's questions about Shanann specifically and different things, but she's just talking. She's just literally talking, but she puts her fucking hand up and it's just kind of strange. Yeah. So a lot of times you'll see people's body language, like, or if they were like stabbed in the stomach, you'll see someone quite literally rub their belly, or like if something happened, anything like that. Not always, but that is a huge thing. So yeah. All right. I'm still talking here. But yeah, I'm going to just put that chapter back to the beginning and we'll just restart with that. You guys are awesome. The main focus for today was to go over what was talked about and made sure that Casey and Bird got to say what they needed to say. Yeah, so you guys are awesome. As always, Casey, thanks for coming up. I'm going to kick you down. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Everybody, thanks for being here so much. Bird, Casey, thanks for coming up. Jetica, Kai, thank you so much. What's up, Tintin? What's up, April? Hannah, yes, thank you for being here. Christine, thank you. Zoe, I'm going to try to get all of you guys going quick. McCatherine, thank you. All right, sweet. I think I got basically everyone. Banana, yes. You guys are awesome. If I missed any of your comments or anything like that, I was reading, even if I didn't respond. Yeah. Much love, yes, to you guys too. Hello, Gracie. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm out of this mug. You know what? Let's see here. So we'll just do it like that. All right. Well, yeah. Damn, trivia night. I like trivia, but sometimes I got other plans, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah. I will go. I am gonna go on TikTok. But if Casey's gonna go live on TikTok, then I'll let her go live on TikTok and I'll go over there. I don't care either way. I just gotta do a couple things. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Something like that. Thanks for being here. Let's see how the fuck I get out of here. Seriously, I'm out of here.